Gemara says, if somebody's not afraid of God, that means he thinks he's God, meaning he makes the laws. And if he makes the laws, as soon as you disobey his laws, because he's God, you disobey his laws, he feels the right to kill you. And that's why the Gemara concludes, a Jew is not allowed to be inside a room that's closed with somebody that does not fear God. Why? He may kill you. He may kill you. So that's the first halakha we learn. Second thing we learn, midvar sheker tirchak. Dvar sheker tirchak is a mitzvah in the Torah that we say that from a thing of lies, stay away. The Torah doesn't say don't lie. It says stay away from lies. Why? Because lies, in the end, will always end up for a loss. Always end up for a loss. Either it'll show a loss that you have lack of emunah, or it'll show that you're a corrupt person, or it'll show other things that are negative. In general, a person should never lie or associate himself with a liar or a thing of lies. Like, for example, many people today in the Jewish community have associated themselves with a business that's full of lies. It's called cash lending, or what is it? Cash advance. Cash advance, if you're in that business or you know somebody in that business, you could pretty much kiss your olam haba bye. You have no share of the world to come. For sure. I'm not telling you because I don't like you, but I can tell you at least a handful of reasons why you definitely do not have a share of the world to come. Number one, a Jew is not allowed to lend another Jew money and charge him interest. Not allowed to lend another Jew money and charge him interest. If a Jew lends another Jew money and charges him interest, everybody loses their olam haba. The lender, the borrower, and the person that was involved in between, the broker. Everybody loses olam haba. Hashem says, not allowed to lend another Jew money and charge him interest. So what's the solution that the religious people did? Oh, we have a eter iska, shtar iska. What's a shtar iska? He's going to sign that I'm an investor. Yeah, but here's the thing. You can fool him, you could fool yourself, but you can't fool God. And eter iska specifically is supposed to say that it's not a loan, it's an investment. But it actually has to be an investment, not just say it's an investment. Like you could say it's Pikachu, you could say it's a parrot, you could say it's a building. But if it's really still a loan, then hey, it's a loan. How do we know it's a loan? That you have to pay it back no matter what happens. That's what makes a loan a loan. What makes something an investment? An investment is something that if you can't pay it back because you lost it, you don't have to pay it back. Why? That's an investment. You invest money. Sometimes you lose the money. It happens. That's an investment. Once you have something says, whatever it says, but in reality, it's a loan because you have to pay it back no matter what, your eter iska is toilet paper. Actually, it's worse toilet paper. At least toilet paper you can use it for stuff. This you can't use it for. So all of these eter iska, and I was in the business world for almost 20 years. I know a lot about this stuff. So it's not I don't have anything against these businesses. It's just a reality. Eter iska that people sign is complete garbage. That's number reason one. Second reason. Reason number three. In the last 6 years since I left the financial industry, the industry of lending found an old law that is literally something that can lead to the next Holocaust. Now, you're going to call me extreme, you're going to call me crazy, but if you pay attention, you'll see exactly why. There is an old law in America called a COJ, Confession of Judgment. Now, this law is not a new law, but nobody actually used it. In 2014, only 12 filings of Confession of Judgment suits were filed. 12. Now, there are literally thousands on a monthly basis. Why? Because the cash advance business decided they had unfortunately, a Jewish lawyer take advantage of his brain in a negative way and decided to add this COJ to the application. Why? Because the cash advance business is notorious for lending money to people that don't have money to pay back. That's why subprime mortgages failed eventually, because people bought houses they couldn't afford. So you lend money to people that can't pay it back, or they're just riskier loans. Why are they going to you? Because they can't get it from a bank. That's why they're coming to you. If they could get it from JP Morgan, they could get it from a real bank. Trust me, they're not coming to you. Why? Because the bank's interest is 5%. Your interest in the cash advance business could be as much as 400%. Only a moron will borrow money from such a person, or a desperate person. Moron or desperate, whichever one comes first. Sometimes both. Now, here's the kicker. This COJ is malach hamavet for lending. It's like the death penalty. Why? Because a person that borrows money, he signs an application. If things don't work out, I lose the money. I borrowed money from you, I lose the money. In a regular JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo bank, I lose the money, I don't have it. They could sue me. We go to court. I could prove my case. They could prove their case. We have years to fight it. If I put collateral, I didn't put collateral, it could take a while. The cash advance business was notorious for losing a lot of money for years. Why? Because most of the borrowers not only were not able to pay it back, but they didn't have much collateral. And even if they had collateral, they would do different types of things to hide the collateral. They would sell it. They would put it to a different entity. Long story short, the borrowers would find a way not to pay back the lenders. So what did the lenders do? They decided to add the COJ. What does a COJ do? COJ is an application that says, I am guilty regardless of what you accuse me of. I already deny my own ability to even go to court. Which means, the minute that somebody is late, we're not even talking about defaults. The minute somebody is late on their payment, its payment is due on the 15th. He forgot to send a check. Forgot to send a check. It happens. You're human after all. Your alert didn't happen. Forgot. Within 48 hours, the lender, the cash advance company, could take all of his possessions that were under collateral of that loan. Without a court, without a judge, without even a lawyer. Nothing. They simply take everything without even providing the court a proof that he actually defaulted, or he's late, or even that this is even collateral. They could simply say whatever they want. And within 48 hours, they literally could take possession of his house, his business, his car, everything. Everything that was mentioned on the original agreement. Now, why is this horrible? Because, unfortunately, this leads to a lot of crime from greedy people. That, what do? They are not happy that their guy's paying them 300% interest. It's not enough for them. Just like Maram Masechet Sukkah says, you give somebody 100, he wants 200. You give him 200, he wants 400. They're not happy with the high interest. They want even more. What? They say, listen, what do you want? You want to borrow 50,000? No problem. Pay $500 a month? Okay, no problem. The guy pays 2, 3, 4, 5 months. They get bored. They say, listen, even though we're making good money out of this, we can make more. How? We'll pretend he defaulted. We'll go to the court, say, he defaulted. Why? We don't have to prove anything. We have a COJ. He signed his death penalty. He signed his death penalty over here. We go to the court. The court goes to after the marshal agrees. We go to court 48 hours. All of the collateral is ours. And he cannot even fight it. Like, even if he goes to a lawyer, you know what the lawyer tells him? Can't help you. I cannot help you. Now, this leads to what's called gezel. Gezel is stealing. No person could ever Gan Eden if he has even $1 stolen. If he stole, even $1 that he stole in his life, cannot get it. He cannot go into Gan Eden. So you see, you have another reason of why COJ. Last reason I'm going to tell you. Who knows the first 2 laws that Hitler implemented? Hitler, Yimach Shemo v'Zichro, first 2 laws that Hitler implemented that not only put him in a different status than everybody else for the rest of history, but also made what's called until this day the biggest financial miracle in history. Who knows the first 2 laws? Before the Nuremberg laws. Before that, we're talking about years before it. Hitler first comes into power. What's the first 2 laws? Okay, I'll save you the time. Rule number 1. No more pornography. No more homosexuality. None of that garbage. Not allowed. Berlin, in the 30s, in the 20s, was the Sodom and Gomorrah of the day. They were the Las Vegas of the day. They were the Sodom and Gomorrah of the day. Homosexuality, pornography, all the bestiality, all the garbage of the world, that was the capital of the world. He outlawed it. You're no longer allowed, closed all the bars, all the gay clubs, all the production, which were all run by Jewish people. Unfortunately. Second rule. What's the second rule? Second rule was, you're not allowed to charge interest. No more interest. Now you would think, why? What does he care about interest? Well, because all the people that had the money, that lent the money out, were Jews. He didn't like it. So he said no more interest. Why? Because of the high interest that the Jews charged people was so high, it ruined, it destroyed the economy in Germany. They destroyed, just like they destroyed Russia a few years before that through their communism over there. Jews destroyed Russia, not Goyim. Jews destroyed. Communism is by Jews. Well, don't let anybody confuse you. You look at history, Karl Marx, all the other Reshaim, they're all Jews. Wicked, but nonetheless Jews. They destroyed Russia, and he wrote in chapter 2 of Mein Kampf, they destroyed Russia, now they're destroying Germany, that's why I have to destroy them. Now, this doesn't make he's right. Point is, that's actually real, true history. Now, he saw that the Jews are controlling the financial system and they're charging such high interest, they destroyed the German economy to the extent that by the time you arrived to go to the store to buy bread, you had to take a whole horse carriage full of money. By the time you arrived at the store, it wasn't enough. Why? Because the inflation rate was so high. The bread became so much more valuable and your money went down. So now he says, what's the cause of this? Because nobody could afford to do anything because the interest rates are so high. So he decided no more interest rates. You're not allowed to charge interest rates. And at that time, the Great Depression was happening around the entire world. Everyone was in a financial collapse. America was a financial collapse. England was a financial collapse. Everybody else was collapsing. Germany collapsed worse than everybody else. But after he passed this law of no more interest, within 6 years, Germany became the leading, wealthiest economy in the world. They called it a financial miracle. Why? They were the only ones that were bold enough to stop interest. This is one of the biggest reasons of why he hated Jews. Because they destroyed the economy because of their greed. Rabotai, it's not making him right. Don't let this confuse you. But this is happening again. The cash advance business right now is destroying the economy in America. Why? Because all of the people that are defaulting, all of the people that are being stolen from, guess who they are? Small businesses. Small businesses are what build economies, not big businesses. Coca-Cola, Apple, Google, Amazon, all those big companies, they're good for business, but they're not the economy. What makes an economy, what makes an economy prosper is when there's small businesses starting and small businesses flourishing, because they are the ones that actually hire the most amount of people. If you have small business grow, your economy grows. You have small business decline, your economy declines. I was in the financial business for 20 years. This is one thing you can't challenge. Now, when you have an industry that their number one objective, directly or indirectly, is to destroy small businesses, guess what? This is happening again. And you'll see, if nobody listens to me, nobody listens to the Torah, nobody listens to history, and everybody ignores it, this is going to be a huge blow up to the extent where you can see how Edom, just like the Torah says, Edom is going to come back again, Edom becomes America. Edom becomes America. Why? Because America is Edom after all. But you'll see what happens. And you'll see that all of a sudden the 6 million Jews that are in America, that feel comfortable, that are sometimes in government, that are sometimes in politics, that are running big businesses, and so on and so forth, guess what? Same exact thing happened in Germany. We were in politics, we were in business, we were prospering, we were great. In Germany, same exact thing. In Greece, same thing. In Rome, same thing. In Egypt, same thing. But guess what? We get greedy, we get sinful, we become Reshaim. What happens? Hashem says, oh, you want to be Reshaim? I'll punish you. With what? With the same goy that you wanted to become like. And this, Rabotai, is what's happening under our noses. And unfortunately, this, I don't know whether the Gdolim that we have in this world today are unaware or nonchalant. I'm not really sure. All I can tell you is, I've had in my career 5 times, 5, maybe 6 times, where I had a aha moment. Meaning, I saw something, to me was clear as day. I knew this deal was going to work out. I saw a stock, it was $4. I said, this is worth 32. How long? 2, 3, 4 years. It's going to be 32. Sometimes happen faster, sometimes longer. 5 times in my career, certain things like that happened to me, Baruch Hashem. This, for sure, is an aha moment. Unless the government actually, by Chazdei Hashem, by mercy of Hashem, interferes with that industry and completely ruins it, we will see a Holocaust starting from this business.